Jumbo swinging out from the murder block. The man keep on asking where the murder stopped. The pound hit that nigga head. We seen the shoulders bop. My fault, bro. I can't stop singing that song. I can't stop listening to it either. And we back with another video for y'all boys, man. We back with a YNW Melly video. We ready. Sit back and relax. And watch the motherfucking video, that kid. Roll the motherfucking.
Yeah, hold on, bro. Draco nice with it. I don't even do this rapping shit. I don't write lyrics. I send a nigga up to that sky. Now he flying spirit.
We back with another video, nigga. Where this mom? York died last vid. Shit. What you got on you, Drake? Presidential shit, you feel me? I don't want to show y'all niggas. I don't want to blind y'all and all that. This that type of shit that's gonna fuck your eyes up. You can't see. You feel me? Ray Charles, nigga. But yeah, we back with another one. We got the YNW shit. You feel me? We ready to get it active. This video sort of long, so I'm gonna try not to pause a lot. You niggas know how I get. I'm gonna try not to pause for you bitch ass niggas in the back. Hey, without further ado, let's dive straight into this video.
Melly's defense team grill gang expert in newly released Deposition. There's so much talked about in this Deposition. This guy brings up XXXTentacion, Drake, Chief Keef, Lil Durk, and King Von. They also talk about Melly apparently sending messages through the jail still. A lot of chaotic and tense moments in this whole thing, so buckle up, hit subscribe. Here we go, boys. All right, here we go. Good morning, Danny Polo. So I believe last time I didn't see anything as to any classes or rap music. So what changed? What makes you an expert now? Bro, if you watch the first Melly trial, his testimony was not indicative of an expert in any way. He's basically an undercover cop who knows a little bit about gang.
I ain't been really tuned into the YNW Melly. I just been hearing shit like, oh yeah, he gonna get out. He done for. He getting out. He done for. He getting out. A lot of back and forth type shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Somehow they get these guys in front of juries, dude, as experts. I've taken classes on rap music. That's listed in all my bios. So what classes were those? The names of them give me a couple minutes. I'm trying to connect to my hotspot. So I thought when we were in trial, you would testify, correct me if I'm wrong, that you had moved to a different division. Well, I'm in the same division. I moved to the Money Laundering Task Force, Strategic Investigations Division. One side of it is Major Narcotics Unit, Gang Investigations Task Force, Organized Crime Task Force, Money Laundering. Other side is Internet Crimes Against Children. Jesus. ICAC. Not sure what that is. I could Google it, but I don't feel like it. Bomb Squad. What other cases in this one have you worked that involved music? Testified on? Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it being 30 with you niggas. I don't even know what the fuck we talking about, bro. I was not paying attention.
You're in 2 years or less at Universal Technical Institute. Our technician programs prepare students for in-demand and
what's his name? Gregory Cunningham testified in that case on rap lyrics and street slang. So Gregory Cunningham is the only one, and so that would be the case that you would say makes you an expert on music. No. So where's your basis of your expertise coming from?
When we get to the next topic, I'm gonna understand a little bit more. I just wasn't all the way locked in, you feel me?
So
I was kind of locked in on my yard.
Case, were you testifying on gang lyrics or testifying on lyrics? Lyrics. So what lyrics? Gregory Cunningham was a rapper. He was someone who said he was trying to become a rapper. Multiple songs and lyrics.
So is this what niggas was saying in court? I'm gonna just go with that. You feel me? I'm gonna go with this what niggas was talking about in court.
I was called in as a rebuttal expert. Mr. Cunningham took the stand as an expert himself in rap. Wait, what? The guy testified in his own case? What the fuck? It ended up being a not guilty. Holy shit. So ultimately when you were testifying about lyrics and you were saying what? You were saying he was part of a gang because of these lyrics? No. So what was the purpose of your testimony in that case? The lyrics were evidence of showing his consciousness of guilt and motive for murder. And what songs of his? The name of the songs? I didn't listen to any of his songs. They were just lyrics that the defense was using as they were just claiming it was just music and had nothing to do with the crime, even though it was specific to the crime. So what expertise are you bringing to this case? I'm analyzing how gangs use lyrics and songs to discuss murders, explain retaliation, show their motive. See, man, like this type of expert, bro, is just so fucking stupid to me, man. I don't think this should be shown to a jury. He's not really an expert of anything. It's like more so something he just learned. He has opinions on what he thinks certain colors mean and certain words and lyrics mean. How they use lyrics in songs, whether they're published or not, recorded or not, to show either intent, motive, knowledge of crimes. Give me an example of a gang lyric. So there's a specific genre of rap called drill rap. Why are we talking about drill rap? Melly is not a drill rapper. You're saying drill music, so let's talk about drill music. No, so is Melly a drill rapper? I wouldn't call him a drill rapper.
Matter of fact, I think when Melly got booked, drill wasn't even around like that. Like, it was, but like, it wasn't though. Not the way it is now. That shit wasn't like that back then. It was more like his type of music. Like, The singing shit. The singing, rapping. Rapping was around, of course, but like more like drilling niggas, like really drilling and shit. That shit was not around at that
Ongoings of
time.
how this music became more about the crimes that these subjects were committing instead of just making music. So we're talking about the origins of where you feel subjects have now started making admissions to their crimes. Was originated with drill, right? So that's where all this starts from, is drill rap. That's when it starts taking off, right? And for their sake, please explain what you believe drill rap is. Drill rap is a style of rap.
I mean, he did like, Melly did have like, he was talking about butts and killing niggas, but he wasn't really dissing niggas. Like, he wasn't on the heavy, though. You feel me? He was just letting that shit go off his
originated in
mind.
Chicago. Are we really about to bring up Chief Keef right now?
Yo, my fucking stomach
The
sounds like
songs
a
are more
thunderstorm.
generally, let's say if you want to compare it to like a mainstream rapper, not just talking about sex, money, and drugs. They're talking about specific crimes they committed. They call it rival gang members or other subjects that were involved in conflicts. Oh, he definitely about to bring up Lil Durk, right? And they rap about crimes they're going to commit, crimes they have committed. It's kind of like calling each other out, and then this music has led to other rival gangs and then coming up with their own tracks and lyrics that then talk bad about other gang and explain the crimes they commit against them. So let's say gang A just killed so-and-so's brother in gang B. Then they would at some point draw up a song about that. For the most part, they talk about it pretty straight up. I smoke so hard and put out the person's name. 60% of you aren't subscribed. Come on, hit the subscribe bell. So what year did this music start coming?
Yeah, facts. Nigga, hit that fucking subscribe. Nigga, fuck is you doing? You just here watching it, but you ain't like the video? Nigga, I'll wait. Fuck you talking about? I'll wait for you to like and subscribe. And hit the notification button, nigga.
The early beginnings.
Psych, nigga, I'm still waiting, nigga. Fuck. Yeah, I'm waiting, nigga. Thought I was playing? No. Nigga thought I was going to say that and then unpause the video a couple seconds later. All right, bet. Fuck. I ain't got nothing but time. Nigga don't want to subscribe to the channel. Nigga don't want to like the video. Got something for your bitch ass. Nigga, I'll roll up right now. What? Test me. Nigga ain't saying nothing, though, but a word, though. Oh, alright. That's what I thought. Josh, nigga.
Early 2000s.
Said, nah, I just played around. But you better have like the
What's going on in
motherfucking
this
video.
Deposition, bro? Drill rap
Not
in the early
playing.
2000s. Where did you learn that? Just history, that's common knowledge. Who's common
Feel me?
knowledge? Did you go to
Baptize
school for
one of
this?
you
There's
niggas.
no schools on drill rap. I can't go to college for drill rap. So is there any music, any degree that you would get on study of rap music, hip hop, anything like that? I don't think a degree makes you an expert necessarily. Have you published any articles on music? No. Where did you learn foundation of what? You're telling me right now that it comes out of Chicago. Where did you learn that? Because the people that came out with it do documentaries. What people? The original rappers. See, this guy just seems like a f***ing moron to me, dude. What's their names? Chief Keef, Lil Durk, and King Von. Little Durk. So Chief Keef is the originator of drill music. And have you learned that on the internet or a documentary? What's the name of the documentary? I'm saying I learned it from following the music. So does
Nah,
Chief Keef do a
Chief
documentary?
Keef,
No,
bro.
I'd have to see if he has one.
When I do meet Chief Keef. Oh. Damn, bro, if my shit fall one more time, I'm gonna crash out and punch an orphan. But yeah, when I do meet Chief Keef, that joint definitely gonna be a day to remember. Word is bond, bro. That joint definitely gonna be a day to remember, bro. You know, Chief Keef, they really did start that whole drill shit. You feel what I'm saying? Definitely gonna be a day
There
to
is a
remember.
noisy documentary with Chief Keef. Remember that awkward white guy following around Chief Keef like 10 years ago? That shit's so fire. He did the same thing with Lil Durk too, I think. I watched both of those like 10 years ago. No, I'd have to see if he has one. So you didn't see a documentary, so it's just your opinion. It's not an opinion. It pretty much is his opinion. I don't know how that qualifies as an expert. It's horse shit. So what is it? What do you mean? So you're saying Chief Keef is the originator of drill music?
But
didn't
whenever
see him
I
as a
do
originator.
blow up though, that's what I'm thinking about right now. Whenever I do blow up, bro, and I start meeting like more famous niggas, bro. Bro, our collab's gonna break the net. I'm telling you, bro. Every collab, bro. I'm just letting niggas know now, like, bro, when that shit happen, come back to this video. Mark my words, bro. I'm telling niggas, like, bro, I've been told niggas and I was starting out when I was a young nigga. I told niggas this shit.
is
All
one of the
niggas,
first
I'm
ones in that
every
genre
big
to
gonna
push
break
out
the
drill
neck.
music. I already said Melly's not a drill rapper. I'm just explaining. I'm trying to get your basis for
Every
holding
breaking
yourself
the neck,
out
nigga.
as an expert. So I'm not ready to talk about Jamel yet. So first rappers in genre of drill. Then what were the other people? I don't know. You said King Von, Little Durk. They're also in the genre of drill music. Yes. So then it's safe to say your understanding and expertise does not go past what 2010. Is that where all this is originating from? Drill music started in the exact year. It was 2010. What are you reading from? I'm turning on my computer. Oh, I thought you were reading something. I couldn't see your screen. Miss Liberty says, so you're
It
expecting
was
testimony
probably
that drill music started
2010, but niggas know that shit ain't take out to like 2012 though. You feel me? That shit took out. That's when Chief Keef really started
2010
dropping
Chicago.
some
Yeah,
crazy
south
shit.
side of Chicago.
2012.
I'm just trying to find the CV. So what's the word when people teach themselves? We basically read and you teach yourself, so that would be how you got your expertise. Is that just reading and teach yourself? Listening to music, right? Listening to lyrics of Chief Keef. Listening to music, following the crimes that occurred. Love Sosa, founding godfather of drill music. You're giving me the title. I'm saying these are some of the first people that became very famous of drill music.
Yeah, let
So
me
I just wanna
find
break
out. I
this
was
down.
in the room,
2010.
yeah, the
So
whole
2010
time.
is when we get the new genre of people
don't
making
know.
self-admissions
Actually, no, it
about
wasn't. I was
crimes. Has
tweaking.
Chief Keef ever been prosecuted
Why
for
did
any of
you
these
on that
admissions
with
you're
me
saying
right
he's
now?
making as music? At the moment, I don't recall. I'm just logging onto my computer. Tell me more about Chief Keef. About his music, yeah, and how it helped you with your expertise. Tell
Your child needs these 3 key factors to get into an Ivy League or top 25 university. And it's not having
me about King Von.
Shut your
Little
dumb
Durk.
ass up.
What about it? So what did you learn from his genre of music that is
Mr.
the
Lee.
basis of your expertise? Jesus Christ, let's get to the fucking meat and potatoes, dude. Can this guy just explain what he learned? It's horseshit. He didn't learn anything. He listened to lyrics and said, oh wow, they're explaining crimes. Now I'm an expert in gang expertise for lyrics and rap music. So these
I
subjects
probably
have
with the
criminal
boys
histories
be-
involving violence. The violence, if you track it back and correlate it to the songs they are discussing that were committed, crimes they've committed, that's how things kind of overlap with each other. So can you give me an example or song that Little Durk talks about, a song that he admits to committing a crime? At the moment right now, no. So when would you be able to do that? I can put together...
Aha! Aha! I know they trolling me. They tell my Cypher Vaughn, I know they trolling me. Aha! Aha, dickhead. They tell me Cypher Vaughn, I know they trolling me.
Okay, well, you were listed as an
Dickhead.
expert October 6, 2023. You were listed as an expert. Wait, after the first trial? So now suddenly he's an expert after the first trial. Interesting. He went through all the emails that Melly had. Remember, Melly was emailing blood members, like blood gang members and shit, about like fucking the rules of blood gang and shit, dude.
I
I'm sorry,
heard
apologize.
that shit. I heard a little something about that shit, but I figured that shit was capped.
January. So for January from now, you haven't prepared any reports, just nothing. We're on appeal, so I don't know what we're going to talk about. I'm not going to do extra work. The music's not on appeal. The case is on stay. I don't know what's going to be appealed. I'm not going to be doing extra work that's not being asked of me. So I promise you there's nothing about music. These 55 songs that is up on appeal right now. So I don't know why you would have been listed as an expert a year ago and you're now telling me you haven't done any work. The 55 songs they're pointing out here, Melly's team, is, remember, the state is trying to add 55 songs of Melly's song lyrics and shit to show the jury, which is kind of wild because there's not really a correlation to the murders at all. I don't think any of his music directly correlates to the murders. Not even Murder in My Mind, because it was written years prior to the murders. The holiday season is officially here, and MeUndies, my go-to brand.
You getting that
It's so
money
comfortable.
on.
Knock out all your
I got
holiday
opinion when
gift
you
code
said
copying expert and brings up these rappers.
But like, yeah, nah, technically he is right though. That's what, and they trying to do that shit with Dirk. They trying to say that shit with Dirk because the song Aha was made, I think, a couple months before he dropped it, a year or something. I don't know. But they said his team said that shit was made before that the Quando cousin got dropped and all that. But yeah, that shit be helping though. I ain't gonna lie. That job really help, but the song don't really. I think the songs could help maybe, but I don't think the songs should really like, unless you directly tell it on yourself. Like, yeah, I slide through 55th and I drop that bitch. You feel me? Like, you feel me? Like, oh no, cause niggas even be saying that shit. But like when you drop names, like who did that shit? Schmurder did. Hop Out Black. You feel me? When you really like walking the steps on how you drop the nigga, that's what I feel like they should get on your ass. But I feel like the boys don't even be knowing. They just, oh yeah, he say he did it. He say he did it. He got a switch. We need a warrant. He said he got a switch in his crib. You feel me? Or when they be in court, they be, oh yeah, look, he says he talks about switches, you feel me? He be always bringing up the fact that he has switches. He be sliding. I was about to draw and say some shit, but nah. Yeah, but I feel like that's the shit they be trying to say though, bro. They be trying to bring up the fact you be talking about guns and all that. Well, a lot of the rappers and all that feel like that don't matter though. They feel like they can't do that in court.
Says
but they still be
they start
doing
talking
it.
about crimes. Why would he not know and be prepared for songs that they've said shit in? He's the expert. The expert is supposed to know everything, right? That's their memory. If you put a scientist up who's a goddamn chemistry scientist, he's gonna know everything about chemistry off the top of his head. Gang lyrics are used in the criminal words to discuss and talk about crimes they have committed and how they will commit. I'm not saying I'm an encyclopedia for all titles of songs and discographies. Well, you should be. You're a so-called gang lyric expert, brother. What the fuck are you then? That doesn't make you an expert. That makes you someone that can memorize songs. Okay. Fair enough. Give me an example of a song, a rap song where somebody's admitted to a crime. Right now, I don't have it in front of me. Okay. I have a list of music that have been examined, not in Melly's case per se, but other cases, and I've learned about these crimes that were committed and discussed in songs. I've taken classes about it. What did you learn in these classes? They go over the history of music. They go over the history of the crimes being committed by the subjects that are making these songs, and then they track the violence based on the release dates and show how the crime happened. This date, song was released on a certain day after that, bragging about the murder they committed, or shooting they committed, and then the retaliatory actions happen. And then songs released by other side. We got that from you before, and then I asked you the name of the classes, and you couldn't tell me the classes. Can you tell me the classes where you learned this? It was the Florida
So he's
Gang
been trying to do
Investigator
that shit.
Association. It was 2 or 3 years they put on classes that I've taken. I'm trying to pull up the class list here. You can't tell me what they were talking about. You can't tell me.
You can't tell me this ain't the first rapper he tried to put behind bars. You feel me? That nigga been trying to use niggas' lyrics against him, bro.
About a lot of people. I want to go research what you know. So who do they talk about? Those are the 3 subjects: Chief Keef, King Von, Lil Durk, Fulio. Oh boy, Fulio's getting brought up here now. Here we go, boys. He's a drill rapper.
Fulio, I ain't gonna lie. Ooh, nigga, Fulio ain't really Fulio ain't really a prize pick. You feel me? He not really a angel child. Especially when it comes down to that music. That nigga was a demon, bro. He didn't give a fuck with nobody. He didn't give a fuck, bro. He bringing up niggas' names left and right. You feel me? I wonder if Fulio really slid on niggas. Like, if he really slid and did some dirty break himself. Like, you can't tell me Fulio probably ain't tell niggas to go do it. But I wonder if that nigga was really out there fat that niggas.
In the
You
drill
feel me?
genre. That doesn't mean that's the only thing they do. I want to clear one thing up. So then you're telling me that the law enforcement is teaching classes right now, and you are being taught that Chief Keef, King Von, Little Durk, and Fulio are making music and admitting to crimes. Is that what you guys are being taught? Yeah, that's what's discussed in these classes. So when they talk about rap police, is that real? No, it pretty much is real, because you're...
Nigga, it is real. What the nigga? Alright, bro. It's not real. Alright, bro.
police, and you're looking at rap lyrics.
But we
So
know
what
they
is
got
it? What do you
rap
consider it that
police.
you're
Bro.
just sitting
We know
around
y'all
listening to
niggas
music and making
got
interpret-
rap police. Y'all got rap police, Instagram police, TikTok police. We know it, bro. Stop it. It's probably more Instagram than TikTok, but they probably had a TikTok too. But we know y'all niggas be on the rappers, bro. Y'all don't be on the real niggas who really getting bullied on the motherfucking Instagram. Y'all don't be checking them niggas. Y'all don't be figuring out ways to stop that. But y'all niggas be, that's cause them rapping niggas be on live talking about this shit. On live with it though. That's the only part. Other niggas be on live getting bullied, getting forced into suicide. But y'all niggas on the rappers though. Nigga, you feel me? You feel where I'm coming from? Type shit.
So I'll give you two specific examples to a case I just finished up. We're a local hybrid gang. What's the name of the local hybrid gang? Al Woods. What neighborhood are they out of? Al Woods Homes. Where's that? Deerfield Beach, Florida. I bet they're a bunch of poor people, right? A poor area. Damn, Melly's team fucking... All right. Nope. Seized 1.5 million from them and maybe like a total of 3 million in assets. So they're definitely not poor. Okay. She meant they grew up poor. He know what she meant, bro. Are their parents?
Yeah.
No, they're very well off. So talk about the Alwoods. You're now studying them, a case in their music. Right. So I'm going to give you an example. We had a string of gang-related homicides and attempted murders. Drive-bys going back and forth for like 6 months. When we tracked it back based off information from victims who survived, informants, and we were able to track at least where it started, where the violence started. At the same time, two different groups. They have 1 or 2 guys in each group that had rappers in it. And these rappers are coming and making music, not necessarily drum music, just they are making rap songs. And these rap songs, they are discussing the crimes that are being committed. They're discussing specific events that we have police reports for. And then every time the song would drop, it was usually discussing a homicide or attempt homicide that has occurred. So that's the example. What's the case number? The operation is called Operation Play for Keeps. Okay. It's 24 defendants. Jeremy Barr is the lead defendant. So you've been able in this case to cross-reference the crimes that are being committed by this alleged gang in the songs. Yes, that will be interesting. Are you having to interpret?
But I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I'm in court though, like, bro, I'm the type of nigga. But if I'm in court, we talk about me and we talk about my music. But I don't want to hear about no fucking King Von, bro. I don't want to hear about no fucking Lil Durk. You feel me? Especially in YNW Melly situation, I don't want to hear about. Like, nigga, that's their music. What the fuck? I don't be talking about killing niggas on that. Like, dumb niggas, bro. Nigga, that's Chicago. Chicago music. Nigga, I don't know where YNW Melly from, but I don't think, ain't he from Florida? If I'm not mistaken. I don't know if he's from Florida, but I don't think he's from the rack, though. So if, bro, I don't want to hear about, like, he's not a juror rapper for
On
real.
that case, yeah. Yeah, I listen to songs. I listen to their whole discovery since it's the case I was...
Damn. Bro, he made a song with King Von. Never mind. I forgot about that shit.
Listen to the lyrics and pick up specific
Never
shout-outs,
mind.
calls they made about rival gangs, using their street names, stuff like that to be able to know that they're talking about. We did have you testify, or the state had you testify in the last trial. And you know we had Kevin Gates' song up, and I actually told you guys ahead of time. It's Kevin Gates word for word, okay? And both you and the prosecutor argue with me, and I think my last comment was, wow, it's very clear you don't understand what black people are saying. And he tried to testify that he wasn't singing Kevin Gates' song, and then we had to put the lyrics up and kind of take that back, that it was verbatim. So they have a video of Melly that they used in the last trial where he said, no regrets for the shit I did. That also mean for the N-words I killed. And they showed this video to the jury, I'm pretty sure. When it's literally lyrics to a song, it's not an admission. They were trying to say it was an admission of guilt. So is this ever coming up again? Because now you're trying to, again, interpret what these people are saying, and you kind of have a track record of doing it wrong.
Bro.
Fried him. So how are we supposed to rely on you this time around where you've already
Unless you really on that joint talking about, oh yeah, I dropped such and such. We slide through such and such. We drop such and such. You feel me? I think they be trying to use that as confessions, bro. Even if you ain't do that, like even if you taking somebody else's wreck, bro, I think they still try to do that. Like they be trying to use that shit as confessions, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like unless you really said you did the murder, like
in a court not to really understand how things are being pronounced and said. Ma'am, that was a simple error. He did not just admit that. Was it shown to the
I ain't
jury
gonna lie,
in the
bro.
last
One
trial?
thing I need to do though, I definitely need to learn the law a little bit more. Like I know I ain't gonna say a little bit. I know the fucking law, but I don't really know like the deep shit. I need to get into everything. You feel what I'm saying? That way I know the law. Looking at, I know my rights.
I think they did show that to the jury. That's insane. That was a huge error that was broadcast across the country. That was a huge error, especially when I told you beforehand. You didn't tell me that was Mr. Howard. No, I told you before you got on the stand it was verbatim Kevin Gates. You're recalling this incorrectly. You did not speak to me. Okay, you're right. I told Miss Bradley. You're right. Thank you. I didn't discuss anything with you about that. And that was, like I said, a mistake. But you know it was Kevin Gates. There was a podcast, right? Huh? You don't follow everything that Melly was doing when you're investigating this case? What's the question? You weren't aware before you got on the stand that that was a Kevin Gates song. Yeah, I know that's Kevin Gates' song. And that it was verbatim Kevin Gates. No, it wasn't. There was a line at the end that had been changed by Demons. What? I don't remember this video of Melly, but I think this guy's capping. So now you're recanting what you testified to on the stand. No, I corrected myself on the stand. I can actually bring your testimony where you had to say it is verbatim, that song. Yeah, ma'am, I corrected myself on the stand. But now you're trying to walk away from it, that it wasn't. Alright, I'm not trying to walk away from anything. So no, I'm curious because it's also been brought up to my attention that you have been speaking to various inmates inside of the jail questioning about Mr. Demons. Why? Here we go. About drama going inside of the jail. This is the stuff we probably don't know anything about here. I get calls from jail deputies that have inmates that want to talk. We go and interview them. It's not necessarily about Melly all the time. So I've listened to a couple of the interviews and they were never about Melly. You continuously want to bring up my client. Why is that? Which interviews are you talking about? So victim Hupio, let's go for that example. He several times tried to move off Melly. You kept bringing it up. Why was that? He tried to move up Melly? Question mark. He wasn't trying to talk about Melly. You kept trying to bring up Melly's name. Why was that? That's not true. You know you'll be back here for 2 more days and I can gladly play that. You continuously kept bringing up Melly. Why is that? That was an interview about Melly. Mr. Hupio told the jail deputy that he wanted to come in and give a statement about Melly. Didn't he tell the jail deputy deputy, he wanted to give statements about who gave him the drugs and why he overdosed. No, he wanted to cooperate with law enforcement in general. Did he cooperate? He did. He gave a statement. Was that when he was still high after he just overdosed? He was not high when he gave a statement. So this inmate wanted to cooperate. Apparently, Danny Polo was grilling him about Melly. You're an expert on rap lyrics now. That's what you hold yourself out to be. That's what I've been qualified by a judge in the court, Broward County, and federal courts. It's just insane to me how these judges get fooled like this. Excuse me.
How many more videos y'all niggas want?
And what
I
state
want
judges
2,
have
3
allowed
more
you to be an expert?
videos
And give me
to
the name
come
of the
out.
judge in the
Damn,
case,
3?
please. Pete Holden on rap music. What case
It's my
was this?
third
Cunningham.
video right
What other
now.
judges for rap? Yes, that was the first one. That was the only one in Broward. That was Judge Holden. Yeah. If you want to count the case where I testified on behalf of Drake, technically the defense was trying to bring him music.
Y'all niggas better tune in though, cause I'm about
They
to be
brought their own expert who was wrong. That case.
I just be taking them out off days and
They're bringing
shit.
up the X case, and that was on the what case?
But
that
once
was
this
actually
shit become a real thing with me, bro,
Do you want
shit
the
won't be
defense name?
consistent.
Yeah, Michael Boatwright, and I can get the other two names for you. Dedrick Williams, Trayvon Newsom. Their own expert was wrong. So you're saying Drake was not a member of the Bloods, which he isn't. I don't know how an expert said that in court. That's ridiculous. I testified in
I
general
feel like
about
niggas
gang
be just trying,
because they
like-
were. Defense was trying to make an argument that Drake was somehow behind this murder.
Niggas
that
be
he's a member of
trying
the Bloods.
anything
So it wasn't
to get
music
you
related.
whooped.
It was they brought up lyrics and they had discussed songs. The defense brought up songs to try to incriminate Drake that just didn't. Wow. The one thing I actually agree with this guy, because Drake had absolutely nothing to do with X's murder. There's zero connection to any of the 4 bums that robbed X. So yeah, I actually agree with this one thing here. And you're positive it was songs that Judge Usain or it's something else? Are you positive you were talking about music
I'm not,
lyrics?
in my
with
knowledge,
Usain?
to my knowledge, I'm not sure if Drake and X was cool or not. I don't know if I ever seen Drake and X together. But like, I mean, that don't mean he come back during, but bro, Drake? Like, bro, we talking about anything now. Like,
Discuss music lyrics.
what?
Defense brought up specific. Were you questioned about music lyrics? And were you sitting in a capacity as a rap expert in that trial? I'd have to go back and read my transcripts to make sure. Any other state judges? No. How about federal judges? No. Wait, what? He didn't bring up any federal judge yet. I think he lied about being an expert with federal judges. You say you were testified as an expert in federal court. I didn't say rap. I said I testified as an expert in federal court. In federal and state court, no rap. Oh, not as an expert. So it's only these 2 judges. Yes, sir. And I'd also be safe to say that you just in the last 2 years started holding yourself out as a rap expert. They keep saying holding yourself out. It's so funny. Like hiding it from the defense. I'm not holding myself out. I'm being called. I'm not putting myself out there. So how would somebody find out if you're a rap expert? The state asked me to come in and testify. And so I could just call you up and say, hey, you want to be a rap expert for me? I'm not asking. Last time you tried to confuse it and say I was trying to hire you when I was asking questions. Just to be clear, I never want your services. I don't think you're a gang expert. Jesus Christ, that's so good. I'm not trying to hire you when I ask you these questions. So you're not holding yourself out as a rap expert. Somebody asked you to come on board and be an expert. Ma'am, I've experience with rap music, specifically as it pertains to violent crimes and how it incorporates with these homicides, attempted homicides that we're dealing with in Broward County daily. Give me an example. I already gave an example. Where would I find the song from these Alwood rappers? One of the rappers' name is J-Hulk. Are they Bloods? No. Yeah, it's just a street name like Melly. All right, well, I don't think Melly's a street name. His name's Jamel. Get it, Jamel, Melly. It's not a street name. The attitudes on both sides is so good here. They both hate each other. His name is James Howard. It's a moniker. Oh, James Howard. These are the phone calls you were listening to? Yeah. Talks about the guy's SoundCloud right here. I've got to learn my client's 55 songs, so I don't have time to be listening to his. I don't know what SoundCloud is. So tell me what song of James Howard in particular is he talking about and how he's committing murder that you can now relate it to. I'm going to have to go through the entire discography. I just want to know one song. Ma'am, I don't have the titles of the songs memorized. I don't have any of them in front of me. I don't have it off the top of my head. You have a report saying you were listening to James Howard's phone calls, right? And you say in that report that you heard that James Howard was talking about doing something for Melly. Oh, so that's how it's connected. Another rapper was talking about Melly on a phone call. Okay. James Howard has a brother named Jeremiah Howard. There's calls with James Howard prior to where he's talking about how he's housed next to Melly. He's talked to Melly and all this stuff. If you haven't heard it, might not be in that batch of calls that we gave you. It might be before that. James Howard has been in custody just as long as Melly. Have you heard these phone calls? I've listened to them all twice. And then I've had somebody else listen to them. There's actually a motion that's before the court because I'm confused how, I think it was 80 hours. 80 hours of phone calls. That's what I spent my Christmas on last year. 80 hours of phone calls from a person.
Bro, y'all niggas better than me, bro. I'm not even that consistent to drive 8 videos. He talk about 80 hours of just listening to this shit.
Just because they know Melly in jail and talk to Melly. Jesus Christ. There was nothing like you were describing in your police report. So do you think you could get her those phone calls so we could actually know what we're talking about? Yeah, maybe I have a couple years worth of James Howard calls I can give you. So you're using incidents that predate 2023. Phone calls that predate 2023 is a probable cause to start listening to Melly's phone calls or phone calls about him. I don't need probable calls to listen to a jail call. It was protruding, listening to people nobody should ever have to listen to. I feel sorry for you. So 84 hours, I think I heard one phone call. He said he saw Melly or something. He was really name dropping Melly, in my opinion, because it was so random and out of the blue. To me, it sounded more like you just want to say you know who he is, which isn't a crime. That's what you said in your police affidavit that led to these other calls, and you specifically said that phone call was saying he had to do something for Melly. This was an affidavit in 2023. I just want to be clear. You don't have any calls in 23 where James Howard is talking about having any contact or doing something for Melly, do you? I believe in the report we put a call where he's talking about it. We did a video respondent to where he gets kites from Melly and then slides it across the floor to the other pod, and then, or actually, I'm sorry, an inmate grabs a kite from Melly, then they get it to the other pod where James Howard is housed, and then James Howard gets on the phone and reads the kite, and we actually, I believe, have the kite. It was recovered during one cell search. We don't have the kite. I read all of your notes. That was provided in discovery, Miss Buckaloo says. So Melly slid a kite to someone else because his witness tampering charges aren't with this James Howard guy, I don't think. So you're saying he sent a kite and this kite is read on his phone call? I don't have the phone call. I don't know what to tell you. I've listened to the call and I've read the kite. So then I'm asking, so if you know it, so provide the phone call. Those calls were provided. There's no phone calls where James Howard is talking about Melly. There's one call. God damn, only one call brings up Melly out of 84 hours? That just seems kind of like a waste of time. Give us the very specific phone call, because I'm saying right now I've listened to them. There's nothing in what we've been provided showing James Howard sending a message for Melly. And who is he supposed to be calling? I believe he's talking to Cortland. Oh God, so Bortland's involved. Are you sure it's James Howard? I have it on video. Yeah, it's James Howard. And where's James Howard housed at this time? One pod over from Melly. Okay, Terrence Mathis is the guy that got charged with witness tampering with Melly and Bortland. So James Howard, I don't think got charged with witness tampering with Bortland and Melly either. So that's strange. They moved Terrence around a lot, so I can't keep track of where they're at. Asked the jail to look at the video and corroborate that Mr. Howard grabbed the kite and read it. How do you know who wrote them? Based off context, you've read some of them. I can try to pull them up if I have them. You're saying all these notes that you turned over, Jamel? No, some are written by Terrence Mathis and some are written by James Howard. So which ones do you identify being from Jamel? I would have to pull up all the kites and go through them. 80 something kites. 80? We don't have 80. I didn't get 80. Nobody saw 80 kites. My number might be wrong. Is it illegal to send notes between people in jail? If they're on lock, I don't know how the jail policies for sending kites. You'd have to ask one of the jail deputies. There was jail calls that showed Melly was communicating with the outside world through James Howard and Terrence Mathis. Listen to the phone calls and they speak about Melly and they're giving information to the outside world. Specifically Mariah Hamilton. What was the coded language they used? Apparently it was keep ASAP Rocky's baby mama in the Maybach, which means like her name was Riri and ASAP Rocky's baby mama is Rihanna. So they were trying to have a coded language like make sure she stays silent type shit. When was Mariah Hamilton called? Cortland is handing information over. Terrence Mathis and Cortland Henry, correct? And they're talking about a girl, right? Why do you assume that's Mariah Hamilton? There's plenty of phone calls between them discussing Melly's court case. Now we're talking about Mariah. It's a lengthy call. They're talking about Melly and at some point
yo, this shit interesting as fuck. I don't even want to see them.
Read. All right, sorry, I laughed at that. He has a very hard time reading, so he mispronounces his words. Sorry. It's not funny, but I'm imagining like a Key and Peele skit of this. Sorry. And then he says like how it's spelled, and then Courtland sometimes says maybe not on this call, but then Courtland will then correct him on how the word is pronounced. Tell you, hey, Rihanna, make sure she's hood. Tell her to keep vibing in the Maybach like she's been doing. Don't pop out of shit. Shit's almost over. I heard she's supposed to be pulling up. Probably cap though, but tell her. Henry says, no man, no man. Tell him, man, shut the fuck up. Tell him to stop talking about that. So Mathis keeps going after Henry says to shut the fuck up. Henry says, man, I ain't talking no more about that. Move on to the next one. Mathis says, hold on, I gotta read the whole card. So we know he's reading a kite whole card. I don't know what's what. Tell her to keep doing what she's doing. Tell her I love her and miss her. Tell her I'm going to eat her like some ice cream when I touch down.
Niggas can't wait to get to the crib, bro.
Her like some ice cream is the craziest shit I think I've ever read.
Niggas be
We've already known about that, but that shit's so funny. Why do you think I'm talking about Mariah Hamilton? Well, Melly calls Mariah Hamilton Riri. That's based off his cell phone, and Rihanna is a nickname for singer Mariah. Sorry, Rihanna. So they're speaking in code. How's that code if she saved in his phone as Riri?
Your night starts in a Lyft ride. Get 50% off your first 2 rides.
Rihanna is not really code for Riri. Well, kind of is. How many girlfriends does Jamel have at this time, April 19th? Are you aware of how many different girls think they are his girlfriend? I don't know. There's plenty of girls that are talking to Mr. Dimmons. So you just assume it's Mariah Hamilton? Like you said, you said first it's not code because it's so obvious. So it's that obvious, and how are you arguing the point? No, I'm asking you, called Riri, you're talking about Mariah, telling her to stay away from court. Don't twist my words, you're not smart. So what I said to you, ma'am, if you're going to be disrespectful, I'm just going to leave this depot. Holy shit, they're beefing in there, bro. Answer the question. How do you know they were talking about Mariah Hamilton? I explained that already. You said they're talking in code. Why would you use Rihanna for code? So again, my question is, how do you know this is Mariah Hamilton, not any other girl? And there's no one else on Melly's phone saved as Riri. There's no one else he ever referred to on his phone as Rihanna or Riri. And it's someone that he doesn't want to show up to court because he's telling her to stay back and not show up. I heard she's supposed to be pulling up. That's probably Kat. Why would she be coming to court? He's reading from the card. That's what Mr. Devins was saying. Mr. Mathis is reading what Mr. Devins wrote on a card. There's plenty of messages on Devins' phone where Mariah is being paid to. What? Oh, we can't talk about his phone, so please don't talk about his phone. He's saying there's messages on Melly's phone where Mariah is being paid? I don't remember that. This first trial was 18 months ago, so bear with me. So your knowledge of a crime in 23 is based off a phone that has been used since 2018. The background, you're saying, how do I know that Riri is Rihanna or Mariah? So you're just making assumptions. About what's happening in 23. Are there other girls that Jamel is dating that could be called Rihanna? None that I heard on jail calls or kites. Who is he dating at the time? Female named Simone that he sends messages to and kites to he receives. There's several girls. None of them go by the name Riri or Rihanna. Are there any other girls that he's dating that have R's in their name? I have to go through my list. Are there any girls from listening to those phone calls that Jamel specifically does not want walk into this courtroom? Not that I recall. Are there any other girls he's dating that have showed up to the courthouse and fought his other girlfriends? What? Melly got is shown up to the courthouse to fight? This is news to me, boys. Did y'all know about that? That's so fire. I'm just kidding. I wasn't present for any of that. So basically you're making all your assumptions and that's what they are. Their assumptions. You're guessing because her nickname is Riri. I mean Mariah. Riri. That Riri is Rihanna in that note. Yes. Not assumptions. Read it. What proof do you have? The proof that Mr. Henry was in communication with Rihanna or Riri? Mariah. Whatever you want to call her. What other girlfriends has Jamel or Cortland Henry communicating with? I don't know. What other girlfriends of Jamel's was Cortland communicating with? I don't know. Do you know that he was in communication with Mariah? Yeah. How? Because of the cell phone downloads. Nobody has cell phone downloads. When were these cell phone downloads provided? For Mr. Henry's phone? Yeah. I don't know what the state has or hasn't provided. I want you to tell me when these cell phone downloads were conducted. They were done after the search warrants. Alex, this is what I was asking about. I don't have them, Miss Buckaloo says. She's Alex, by the way. Miss Buckaloo is Alex. You said you don't have it, so we don't have it. How long have you had them? Probably a couple months after the search warrants. So I don't want to hear a couple of months. What was the couple of months? When were the search warrants executed? I'll give you the exact date. I was involved in the search warrant, ma'am. It was a Dade County warrant. They had search warrant for all the electronics, 4 phones, and the PlayStation they found. 3 PlayStations. Holy shit. I think they're talking about Portland. Portland had 3 PlayStations and 4 phones. Out on bond? What was he doing? I think he was on house arrest. So when did the downloads come and how long have you had them and not turned them over? I believe I turned them all over. The prosecutor just said she doesn't have them. And that's interesting because I'm still running under natural speedy. And I should have been in trial last February. You've had downloads that you haven't turned over to us. Did they violate evidentiary rules here, boys? Is this Brady that they did not give over? So when did you get these downloads? Just be clear, they wouldn't come from him. They'd DFU unit, so I have to get them from them. Well, so the problem is he's aware of these downloads. He's a parent. Was about to testify to them and has them for months and nobody's aware of them. I mean, yeah, that's definitely sketchy. When did you get these downloads? I don't have the exact date. Look into your computer. You were looking for something. I don't have the downloads in my computer. So several months. Actually, you said a couple months after the warrants. When did the warrants come out? October, November? I don't have it with me. So December 23, you had these downloads. Safe to say, since December 23, who else has been able to view these downloads? Detective Garrett Steele, and he's the one going through the downloads. I've gone through them to see what was on there, but he's a current detective. So I believe, Alex, you emailed saying that you had gotten in the phones and we never got anything back from there. If you're aware, were you guys successful in the first download, or did this take multiple extractions? I don't know. I'm not involved in that, Miss Buckaloo says. Raven, I think you're confusing. We were talking about the victim's phones and your client's phone. That was our conversation. No, there was an email I thought you sent out that you guys were able to get into the phones. I don't believe ever talking about Cortland's phones.
This video about
Jesus, this is messy as fuck. I could be wrong, but I don't remember off the top of my head. You guys have been into the victim's phone for months, so it was just the extractions not being full extractions. I don't think you had the passcodes. I believe they had to be broken by Homeland Security. That was the phones found in the car that wasn't Cortland Henry's. Regardless, you've had the downloads. When did you guys plan on providing this? After trial? Alright, so download messages and pictures in the PlayStation you were also about to get into. You'd have to ask Detective Garrett Steele. You determined Cortland was in contact with Mariah. Yes. What is that based on? Text messages, I believe. It appears she might have been residing with Mr. Henry for a short period of time during the trial. Hold on. Melly's ex-girlfriend was staying with Cortland Henry? We gonna sit here and pretend like he wasn't plowing those cheeks or something? I'm just kidding. Sorry. What is Mariah Hamilton's relationship with Mr. Henry? Personal relationship. I don't know. They've known each other for a while. Weren't they friends? Yeah, that's what I said. They've been friends. Is there anything wrong off top if he's communicating with her? On behalf of Mr. Dimmons, who is not allowed to speak outside and telling her not to go to court, do you have messages of him saying, Mariah, don't go to court? You have to call Detective Garrett Steele. Tell me those messages. I don't have those in front of me, ma'am. I'm not in possession of that. That's not very fair. You're set for deposition. You keep telling me about those phantom things you have. You have phantom songs that talk about people committing crimes, and now we have phantom messages talking about Cortland Henry telling Mariah Hamilton, don't show up
And
to
yeah,
court.
you
wanna
can't
check
provide nothing.
any of this over so I can
You
see
can't-
it?
you can't
We're gonna ask
provide
Detective
nothing.
Garrett Steele. Why is this guy being a bitch now? Is there actually more messages between Cortland and Mariah for her not to go to court?
Man,
Did he prepare
shit.
any reports
Outta
since the
here.
last trial related to Melly in this investigation?
Probably,
Is the reason
yeah.
why Garrett Steele and not Moretti? Because it's a gang investigation, so the gang unit has taken over. So you're investigating Jamel as a gang member now, right? What do you mean? You just said it's a gang investigation.
You
When
just
did
said it was
Jamel
a
Demons
gang,
become
dickhead.
member? Earliest documentation of Mr. Demons as a gang member, I believe, is 2015 or 2016 by Indian River County Sheriff's Office. Yeah, he was being recruited from his neighborhood gang. They called themselves the initial name of their neighborhood gang. They repped blood, all the blood signs, colors.
Yeah,
They
I
called
think he
themselves
was a
40th
blood,
Avenue
though.
Army Gang. He was being recruited by 2 different G-Shine sets. We've already gone over this, and I've testified too. Wasn't the Army Gang the victim's gang? Juvie, didn't he claim Army Gang? They all do. And that would be your testimony as a gang expert that Juvie, the victim, claimed he was a blood. I didn't say Juvie was a blood, but he's the leader of the Army Gang, so I'm confused if he would have to be a blood, right? Or can
No, I
you be a
think
Crip?
bro
Somebody
ass
claimed
was
to
a
be
blood,
Crip
though.
or
You
run a
just
blood
not.
gang. No, so like I said, it's a neighborhood gang. It's a hybrid gang. Hybrid gangs don't have that structure that a national recognized gang, so sanctioned blood set. Dude, this hybrid gang bullshit, we heard this so much in the YSL trial too. So the 40th Army Gang, a sanctioned blood gang. No, it was a hybrid gang. Neighborhood hybrid gang that took over characteristics of the Bloods. They rep the color red, they throw up bees, blah blah blah. How do we stretch this criminal enterprise from these neighborhood gangs? We went over all this in the first trial. Miss Buckley says we're not going to go back to things he already deposed on. He's not been deposed. I'm asking him, we were looking at the new police report in 23. I think you showed him. He goes in there to use verbatim that I've seen. I think I've seen Gregory Cunningham's case, so he's kind of making this MO of this whole write-up that he has about Blood Nation. I want to know how we're making the stretch that these are now Bloods, these unsanctioned neighborhood gangs that are now committing petty crimes, right? They go to jail, they're all of a sudden part of the Blood Nation. Haven't been jumped in. So I want you to tell me how this is happening. I just want to make it clear that's not his police report. That's Garrett Steele's report because he didn't write a report. I'm just trying to get to the point where my client is now considered a gang member. Those 3 or 4 depositions that we did before trial was all about Mr. Demons' gang association. So we've gone over Mr. Demons' involvement in the Bloods. And the fact that he sent text messages that he had been jumped in, he did say he'd get jumped in, but it would be willing to do it again. I think he said he was jumped in 5 or 6 times. And he said that would be an impossibility, something like that. But she's right, I don't want to really dwell on that. What gang is he a member of? Gangster, Killer, Bloods, G-Shine. We know all this. Sorry, Raven, it's past 11:30, so the room's gonna get taken. We can pick it up tomorrow. I will not be here tomorrow. All right, and the deposition ends. So Melly's apparently still sending kites. I'm very interested at how much of a disaster that Danny Polo's testimony is going to be at the next trial. Because he just sucks, man. Like, there's plenty of videos about him on YouTube. He just sucks. And his identity got exposed, so he better not have a mask on. His identity's been public for years. His own wife leaked his identity. Hit subscribe, comment down below what you guys think. Love you guys. Peace out.
Yeah, that was a cool video. Free Melly, man. That's all I got to say. This video already won't get shit, so intro not gonna be too long. Tune into the channel right here. We out, man. See you on the next video.